Hello everyone, welcome back. Kiequest here. Picking up right after getting that side quest. Going back to the Imperial Gardens, climbing up the tower, and defeating God. Well, not God, just Dominus. What his name is? I don't know. One of the mad scientists dude. Not sure. I don't remember his storyline as much as I do a lot of other people's. I think he's not as notable. I mean, he probably is notable. He probably has some interesting things about him, but I don't remember him as well. I just know he turns into a big freaky demon. Alright. It's not... that's weird. I went that way because I always go that way, and it's usually on that side that there is a thing or other. Descriptive terms, I know. There is a there's usually the door there. Oh, why is that hard to remember? Because I can't think and play at the same time, even though I yell at my brother for not being able to multitask, and yet I have the same problem right now. Okay, that was me being obviously you know, complainative, and you know, I'm sure some of you are brothers or maybe sisters, and so you kind of understand the younger one is just like you know the after the first kid, which I'm the first kid. Parents typically, and this has been, I've read about it several times, and so it's not just like, oh, I read it in one source, but I've read on several sources. Parents typically after the first kid relax a lot. The first, second kid, they're very kind of straight and narrow about everything. So, oh, you have to, you know, you have to do all your homework, you have to brush all your teeth, you have to do all this and that, and then all of a sudden, the third and fourth kid, they're just like, yeah, do what you want. It's like they got this parenting thing figured out, but what oftentimes happens, at least I've seen by observation, is that when they make it too lax, they have procrastination issues and other such issues. So, like me, I already have a procrastination issue and troubles like that, but in comparison to my brother, it's like, you know, you ask for something and you might be waiting, you know, something that you needed done, say in an hour or something like that, and so you give them a lot of, you know, give them the time. You'd be lucky to get it like at 6. And, you know, certain personality types obviously factor in. There's a lot of other factors, but there is a part of it where it's up to parenting. And so, when I eventually have children, I plan on trying to instill to my kids to basically, you know, each one of them try to get, you know, when they need to do something, to get it done first, to get everything out of the way, and then goof off, because that's, you know, it's like you tread through all the crap so that you can have fun, basically, and that way you're not scrambling to get it done later. Because I've had that happen a time or two, especially I've gone to university for like programming to be a software engineer, and I had trouble I guess doing my programs on time, and it was all my fault. And, you know, as much as I like to make up excuses that, oh, it's because, you know, I have a lot of depression issues, and, you know, my living situations is not optimal. You know, at some point also, it was just my fault for not doing it right. And it was a bit annoying in that the class that I ended up failing more than once was it was either I didn't pass the final, or I didn't pass the last programming exam part, where you had to do kind of a random assortment of things with the program. And it's like, I knew how to do it, but I would kind of freeze under the pressure a little bit, or on the final, I would look at it and blink out a bit, and or I would be like, I would get, you know, especially after the first time or second time, you're like, you know, you start freaking out a bit more, and so I had to get away from that, and so I hadn't been back to school for it since. I feel like I could go back to school now, but at this point in time, I've kind of run out of, you know, I was going with grants and stuff, and I kind of ran out of time for that. Not much I can do about it at this point in time. But you know, maybe if things turn around here, I could go back to school. I wouldn't mind. Or maybe I'll just I need to look for a job and possibly, you know, pay off my school, you know, my school loans, and then maybe go back to school and finish that up. I mean, it's not like I can't program. It's not like I don't know what to do. I could probably still pick it up and do it, no problem. But I just didn't finish the classes. And it was my fault. And I had some bad circumstances on top of it, so it just furthered along the problem of my already pile of problems I have. But, you know, I'm just like everyone. I have problems, and I've been through a lot of shit in life, but it's not something you shouldn't use as an excuse forever. And you know, I've started doing this because I needed to change something. I got out of basically living I was basically homeless, and I got out of that situation, and so I decided that, well, now that I'm out of that situation, I need to do something. I need to do something I enjoy, and I need to do something away from doing what I was doing before, which was basically just playing games and being a bum. So now I'm playing games and telling people about playing games. And, you know, trying to entertain people and hoping to do something with it. And if not, you know, I'll just get a job like a regular person. It's not like I don't have any options. I could probably go in and be a IT, no problem. I could probably go in and just do basic programming instead of being a software engineer. You know, they could test me and stuff like that. And I can do object-oriented programming if I needed to. Not like the best at it. In fact, that was the class I had a problem with, but if it wasn't for the fact that, you know, you didn't pass the one part of the exam, you automatically failed, or if you didn't completely pass with a certain grade on your final, you failed the class automatically. The final's only worth like 30%. So even if you did well and everything else, like I think I was sitting around not 100%, but I was sitting around quite high to where even if I didn't pass the final, as long as I got some percentage of the final, like even 50% of the final, I would have gotten out of the class with like a C or a B. And you know, grades do matter, but to some degree they don't really matter when you're in college, because, you know, most companies aren't going to care. It's like, oh, you passed you were a valedictorian. You know, sometimes you can use that, but realistically, you know, most companies don't care. And so it's just like, you know, I was working, oh, got in the middle of talking, was blah blahing too much, I almost died. Anyways, it's still important to keep good grades, but I would have passed the class by, you know, a margin, and then gotten to the other part. This class, according to basically everyone who was in the university, is the hardest class, and it was like a second year class, sophomore class. After that sophomore class, you were to some degree home free. There was this one, and there was the operating system programming. And operating system programming was the most hard because you had to write many lines of code. And so because of that one was harder. But this one was harder in every other term. Oh yeah, for this boss, you want to kind of stay in this... Oh, I ran out of mana. This sucks. You kind of want to stay in here because if you go out there, you're going to get inflicted with bleed. And you're not going to have a fun time. But yeah, see the tankiness is working. I'm just going to sit in there taking it. I'm not dying. And now... Where's the... Oh, I'm lagging. There is Delia, the Gemming Queen. Anyways, let her pass the class technically, but because of the rules are that the final, you don't get above a certain percentage, you just automatically fail. And the same thing with that other thing, you just automatically fail. So it was one or the other as I was flip-flopping through. And you could say, well, it shows that you don't know the content, and I understand. So like I said, it's my fault, and I can't fix that now as much as I would like to. Let's see. Alright, you know, I'm going to stop the video there, and then I'll pick up in the next video right here. And we'll go ahead and just continue on and go to Highgate, probably pick up or finish the first little section. This is Act 4. This is when we trying to go into some innards and stuff, and it looks really grody, but still pretty fun. This is also when having fire res because of a certain area, Combs area that you go into after going to the mine is very useful. So if any of you are playing along here, probably already passed this because I'm releasing these videos, so I guess it's not really slow, but maybe I should release more. I don't know. If you want me to release more quickly, I can try to do that. Go and hit me up and say something in the comments. But I'll leave that here for now, and I'll see you next time. Bye.